with Tyson Bryden.
Welcome to Nonstop Rock Talk. I am your host, Tyson Bryden. Welcome. I'm happy to welcome from the band Inglorious, bassist Colin Parkinson. Colin, how's it going?
All good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I kind of muffed that up a bit.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. The beforehand spiel was fine.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, it's one of those days.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you back and speak to you again. I can't even remember the last time we had spoken. It's probably a few years ago.
Yeah, probably like we were just saying, probably about 6 years ago.
COVID, maybe. Yeah, COVID, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the start of COVID or something like that.
2019, yeah. It would have been.
Yeah. And, I mean, you were just out of Inglorious.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny because I got the advanced on the latest album.
Right.
And to my surprise, there you were.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You're back.
I didn't think it would happen either. But yeah, no, Nathan reached out this time a couple of years ago, actually, 2023. I had sent him an email, I think a year or so prior to that, just to kind of rebuild bridges, because I left on a bit of a, not in the most ideal way. I mean, yeah, you know, it was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? So yeah, I reached out a year prior, but no, it was nice to meet up with him and start rebuilding the bridges, and get kind of back on track, really. And at first, we kind of said it would be great to do something together, but Nathan had a few things going on that he really needed to sort out, that he felt were really important for him to sort out for himself. So it's just been a slow, organic kind of build, really, to this, where we are now, releasing the album, mate. Next month. Crazy. So, I definitely didn't see it happening, but it has, which is great. I'm well chuffed.
Yes. And of course, the album is entitled V5. I guess that would be five.
Five, yeah.
Numeral for 5. And I mean, that drops June the 6th.
That's right.
On Frontiers again, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's been great.
I mean, that album cover looks fantastic. Like I was speaking to you before we started, I can't wait to get my vinyl in the mail and look at the cover.
Oh, me neither. I've only seen it on my phone so far. When he was sending artwork through, we were going back and forth with the artist, and we just kept on tweaking it. We wanted it to be about the feminine kind of energy of creativity in the universe and all that kind of stuff, and it all just slotted in really nicely. It didn't take much, but I love it because it's different to the other ones. It's not really like a classic rock vibe or anything. We just wanted it to be striking and kind of ethereal in a way. So I think the guy's done really well on that. Whose name I've forgotten, so I'm very sorry.
Yeah, and you know what's funny that I had mentioned that to you, that there's a heaviness to it, and it's not, as you had mentioned, it may not be as classic rock as the past album, but it's got a newer vibe, and it's a little bit more progressive. Yeah,
well, I wrote the stuff. I wasn't writing for Inglorious, when I've written over the years. I've been writing. I got loads more songs as well, but I just sent Nathan a load of songs that I thought he'd like, and he kind of cherry picked these ones, really. So yeah, there are heavier moments. Yeah, I was experimenting, or I do experiment with like lower tunings, like drop B, which adds a bit more depth to the sound, I guess, without going too metal or too genty. It's kind of just a nice weighty kind of vibe to the sound. So yeah, I was experimenting with that, but you've still got your classic rock flavors in there. Like the second track is very Whitesnake. It's like heavy Whitesnake, which we were going for proper David Coverdale. And through to kind of like a more punk rock vibe with Say What You Want to Say. And then you got Believe, which is a big, weighty, open kind of epic song, you know, it's nearly 6 minutes long, through to something like like the last track, which is a perfect circle. You know, I'm a massive fan of them. So there's loads of influences on this album, but it's kind of cohesive.
Yeah.
It's cohesive at the same time, you know.
Right. Which makes for, I mean, at the end of the day, it sounds like Inglorious.
Yeah.
Because, of course, because of the voice on the album. But
Yes.
But there are obvious things that to me are different when I listen to it, which I loved. I guess you could kind of say it's an evolution of the band, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a next thing again, isn't it? Really. Just because you know, obviously I produced it, so because I've been, you know, sat with the songs for so long, I kind of had that sound. I don't know how other people write, but when I write, it's already done in my head. I know how I want it to sound. I know how I want it to end up, and how it gets there is, you know, via, you know, the guys in the band and stuff. Yeah, it's a heavier sound. It's more kind of modern production without going too crazy on samples and radio-fine vocals and synthesizers and all that kind of stuff, which is all, you know, all the rage. It's come back again. I didn't want to go that crazy on like drum sounds and all that. I wanted it to be able to do it live and for it to sound live as well. Like we didn't tune or Pro Tool the hell out of it, you know. For anyone who doesn't know what Pro Tools is, it's kind of a correction kind of tool. You can cut audio up and kind of move it about and stuff like that. So it wasn't loads and loads of that. It's still very organic because the guys are great players, you know. And Nathan, obviously, he's an amazing singer, but I think he outdid himself on this album. Actually, we actually recorded 15 songs.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so there's 10 on the album. The other 5 may make an appearance at some point. But he sang 15 songs with backing vocals in 4 days.
That's crazy.
It was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And we were just like, I don't know, just bouncing off each other. I was like, I'll do it more like this. Oh, this one needs more of a, like you're presenting a theatre show, you know, like that epic one. And he's just on it straight away. And then he'd stop if he messed up. He'd say, no, go again. And it was just like full on for like 8 or 10 hours, stop for lunch. And then it was just back at it. It was proper go, you know. And it was unbelievable, actually. It was really good.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you had mentioned you produced the album. Do you think this was it more, it would have been, I'm sure it was a little bit more work for you, but like you said, you had worked with all these songs,
yeah,
you know, up to that point. Do you think you would would produce another one?
I would love to. Yeah, I mean, I did, when I went in Inglorious, I produced a Swiss band called Dax and Roxanne, who are kind of on the Planet Rock scene. I did their self-titled one, which was great fun. I mean, I did a lot of producing along with the other guys in Inglorious as well. For the other albums that I did, you know, we all kind of self-produced it ourselves. So I did Dax and Roxanne, and then I did actually Dax and Roxanne, I've got another one kind of coming out. So I kind of did that more with them. And Nathan just said, yeah, do you want to produce it? We were chatting to a producer actually before we, you know, got in the studio and stuff, but he wasn't available, unfortunately. He's a very, very in-demand guy. So Nathan just said, do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, get on then. So I went up with Henry for 4 days, you know, just going through the drum parts, what I wanted and could hear and stuff like that. And then with Rich, I just sent him loads of videos, you know, because I wrote all the stuff. So I sent him videos of the guitar parts, breaking them down and that. And I mean, these guys are real competent musicians, you know, they do sessions and Rich is like an online teacher on Lick Library, you know, and he was in Cradle of Filth and stuff. And Henry's done a lot of prog stuff. So he playing this is kind of a bit of a walk in the park for him. It was just lining up, getting the right energy behind it, basically. So to be honest, yeah, it was a pleasure to produce and just it was great experimenting with different approaches, different sounds and different different vibes, and that I really enjoyed it.
So this lineup, besides yourself and Nathan, is this a total new lineup? Yeah.
So there's one guitarist, Rich, and obviously Henry on the drums. Because when Nathan and I started talking again, Phil was kind of up for it. Like he sounded up for it, and he was kind of enthused and stuff. But in the end, he has a house and a family, and he's settled down and stuff, and I don't think he was up for all of what it takes again, and then and Danny was up for it as well, but because I said to Nathan, I was like, well, what is the point coming back doing exactly the same? I understand it's still Inglorious, but there's no point just doing the same thing, delivering the same stuff all the time. I don't really want to do that. And I said I'd want it to be a 4-piece, like a lot of my favourite bands are either 3 or 4-piece, they're like bass, drums and guitar and vocal, in some form. So I was like, I want to do that and make it punchy and let everything breathe a bit, when you've got so many sounds going on, it just feels like one sound all the time, Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you won't tour with another guitar player then? You'll just strictly be a 4-piece?
I've 4-piece for the gigs we've got coming up. We're kind of toying with the idea of possibly having like a keyboardist, organist guy who can possibly play acoustic or something, but not like a touring guitarist, like rhythm guitarist. It doesn't need it, to be honest, all the time,
Yeah. So, in terms of playing live and doing material, will it be half and half? You'll do a bunch of the songs from the new album and then go in the back of the catalog, or?
Yeah. We're doing a song off of the album I didn't do. I can't remember the name of it. The fourth one.
Yeah,
we're going to do a song off of that, but the rest is just like the first album, second album, a couple off the third, and I think 5 off the new one. Like we're really, really going for it,
Yeah.
With the new thing.
Yes.
But yeah, it's going to be a kick-ass show. I can't wait to do it. I was chatting with Nathan last night, sorted the set order out. We knew what songs we wanted to play, but it was just setting the order out, and yeah, I think it's going to be. It's just going to blow people away. I think. Very high energy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Will you strictly be playing in Europe then?
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of, we don't know what to expect, to be honest with you, because the band's been, I don't know, on hiatus for a couple of years, isn't it, really? So, but ticket sales have been all right, I think. And we're looking forward just to getting out and playing the songs live and kind of gelling as a band and blowing the cobwebs out. And I can't wait to see all the fans, and people I haven't seen for ages. I know there's a lot of people I haven't seen since I left. So I really look forward to that aspect of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Getting to Rich himself.
Yeah.
You said he played with Cradle of Filth. This is a very different type of band than Cradle of Filth.
Yeah.
Was he... Obviously, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself as a musician, but was it different for him going back and, he's kind of... He's doing something totally different than he had done.
Yeah. He's such a versatile musician, though, he is a musician. He plays bass and all sorts, and he's a great writer as well, and has various projects on the go at any one time. I think he's one of them. But it's just the same with me. Like, music's music. I do sessions for like people. I lived in Denmark for a bit, and I play on like DJ music and, you know, acoustic singer-songwriter stuff. So good music is good music, you know. And yes, he did do Cradle from for like 10 years, was it? 9 or 10 years, I think. I can't remember. But so yeah, that's very much part of him. But yeah, he's much more than that, man. And like, you've heard some of you must have heard the solos, right? Like they're killer. So
they are killer. He's a killer player. Amazing.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And like on this album, like we weren't in a room together. So like I said, I was sending him like video clips and then kind of producing him through voice notes. Like he'd send a quick WhatsApp message to me with what he had done. And then I'd say, a bit more like this, or that bit just needs working on, or just, yeah, that's absolutely fine. It sounds great. So it was a bit more like that. So with the solos, I'd say, I kind of want this one like more of a Brian May type thing meets Nuno Bettencourt or whatever. And he'd just deliver it, you know. We just got on the same page after a while.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
very articulate.
Yes.
Very articulate.
Yeah,
player.
he is. Yeah, he's
very defined. You can hear every note.
Yeah, he's so precise. Amazing.
Very precise. Yeah.
So
which I thought was cool.
Yeah,
and it's it adds a different depth.
Exactly, it's a different sound, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's a bit a smidge more muso, I guess. Not like so bluesy, which has its own sound as well. Like he's using, you know, different scales to what, I don't know, what Ade would have gone for, you know, and he's put his own color onto the whole thing, which I love.
Yeah.
You know?
It's I mean, I already mentioned it's the evolution of Inglorious.
Yeah.
But it's cool to hear, you know, how some bands, as they go along, like the albums sound like the next album and the next album.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you know, they're pigeonholed into a certain sound that everybody comes to expect. This, I think you guys are, I think in some ways you're very lucky that you're able to branch out a little bit more like that. That you're able to be musical, you know, like evolve. Evolve,
yeah. And to be honest, that's also credit to the fans though as well, because they've always supported what we've done, no matter how. Like the second album is different to the first, to the third, you know, and on and on. Like it's always been like you say, like the Inglorious sound, but it's just, you can see the progression of things, you know. I mean, there's loads of stuff that I think would really work for the next one, and then that's a bit more kind of proggy again, you know.
Yeah.
Because I listen to like Yes and bit of Rush and all the usual kind of, a bit of King Crimson and stuff like that, and so that kind of gets in there as well, you know, like odd time signatures here and there, but with melody and depth and, you know, accessibility, I guess. So we'll see.
I was going to ask you about that in your time off. To me, it seems a little bit more obvious that you might have been listening to different stuff. You probably always have.
Yeah.
But in that 5-year period that you made this music that you've created, comes out in what you might have been listening to as well.
Totally, yeah. I got well into Ghost, which are huge now. And I remember Andreas playing, do you know Meliora, that album? It's like a few albums ago, and Andreas played it because they're Swedish, and obviously they're Swede, but yeah, he was like, this band are going to be like proper huge, and I was listening to it, and I was like, I'm not really into this, man. This isn't my kind of thing. And then they released the album after, which I think it was Prequel. I think, is that what it's called? I should know this, but I'm
not sure.
When that came out, it was just after I left, I think, Prequel. And I was like, this is unbelievable. I couldn't stop listening to it. It's unbelievable. And then I went back to Meliora and I was like, I kind of get it now. Like, it hit home a bit, because I wasn't from that kind of doomy kind of I don't know. Is it like new? It's like a bit new wavy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's got.
I don't know how you describe it really, but that wasn't my thing at all. But through them, I got into it, man. Got well into it. So I think that's in there, as well as the whole gent genre as well. That is through technology. I got into a band called Periphery. Have you heard of them?
No.
They're kind of like a huge kind of, I don't know. I daren't say commercial, but they're a very successful kind of gent influence kind of band. They've influenced loads of players, loads of producers, even, and home recording artists. Because they started their own company called Get Good Drums through the bass player, or the original. I don't know if he's the original bass player, but the bass player called Nolly Get Good. He released his own line of software, like drum software and a few, plugins and stuff. And I loved the plugins, and then I kind of just found my way into their music and that, and then it just opened up another world for me of how to approach songwriting, how to approach like drums and kind of feel and riffs and stuff like that. And that was a big deal for me as well, actually. Listening to all that
so cool.
kind of heavier stuff, really.
Yeah. No, and you know what? And that, like I said, that shows within as you're listening to the album.
Oh, brilliant!
I was surprised when I first put it on. To be honest with you, because I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is different."
Oh, nice.
Of course, Nathan's voice.
Yeah.
But in a different way, which I thought was amazing.
He was so open to experimenting, because he'd been singing up in the rafters since he was 16. That was his like big thing, wasn't it? Like, singing the high notes, and which you can do for days still. But he was saying, I want to, like, he wanted to kind of work with his chest voice and lower range and try and get into that kind of thing. Because with the detune stuff, I was like, I don't know if this is really Inglorious, but I can pitch it up, like a tone and a half or something, to make it sound a bit more Inglorious. But he's like, no, keep it where it is. I want to work with it and see what kind of comes out,
That's amazing. Good for him.
Yeah, and the song "Say What You Want to Say," the kind of punkier one, like that vocal approach. That I don't want to give too much away, but that vocal approach, I was hearing from a band called Span, who are a Norwegian band. They were one of the bands. Like, when did they come out? Early 2000s, maybe. And they didn't quite make it. You know what I mean? Apparently, they were going to sign to Geffen, and it all fell through at the last minute. And it's a bit of a sad story, actually. But they're a fantastic band. But they had a song called "Stay As You Are," and I took the vocal approach from that, basically.
That's cool.
Yeah, and Nathan was well up for it. I played him the song, and he loved it. So we kind of worked with that.
That's cool. So, I mean, we talked about Rich, but let's talk about Henry for a second as well.
Yeah.
He is a childhood friend of Nathan's, I understand, or? Yeah,
they've known each other for, I don't know how long they've known each other, but for many, many years, like pre-Inglorious, I think.
Right. I mean, every drummer's kind of got a different vibe and a different feel.
Yeah.
What do you think he kind of brought to that? I know you did kind of mention that a little bit about his playing, but
Henry,
from a producer standpoint,
he I don't know, he just it's hard to say, really. Phil was more of an instinctive player. Henry kind of, you can tell him he's like a proper session player, but with vibe. Like, a lot of session players can be quite flat if you put them in a band scenario. But he got it straight away. I sent him the demos and that, and went up there, and he had learnt him verbatim pretty much what I'd done at home, what I'd programmed, and And then, then I was like, mate, just do your own thing on this bit or that bit, and he was just coming up with some feels that kind of made my head go, what the hell's going on there? His hands are moving, but, my son's up. Hey, buddy, just having an interview. Is that okay? Sorry, mate.
That's okay. Hey, buddy.
Thank you, mate. I love you so much. All right, you get to bed, mate. Sorry about that.
I love it. Oh, that's okay. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, mate.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he just brought another dimension of technicality for one, but also feel as well. He's got quite a groove, like more of a kind of not laid back. That's the wrong word, but like even on punky stuff, he's slightly behind. Like punky music, you need to be like bang on it or maybe pushing a little bit. But he kind of like, he's slightly behind, but in a good way. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, he's
and it feels right.
And it feels
right.
Yeah, to play with as a bass player, yeah, it feels flipping brilliant. Feels amazing. Like
that's cool.
It's just great having someone like Henry you can rely on. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about if it's going to be a car crash after the next fill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some drummers, like you. I just went to see Great White in Niagara Falls, and they were doing House of Broken Love, and I never realized that Audie Desborough is playing behind the beat and I'm listening to this live, and my drummer buddy was sitting beside me, and I said, I never noticed he's playing, like he nailed it behind that beat. Like it was just like, it's like sometimes you notice those things, and a lot of blues is like that, right?
Yes.
Like they're playing, a lot of it's behind the beat. And I'm thinking, what if he messes that up? Like, but he did, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do you stay on that course where you're making sure that you're always, I mean, I'm not a drummer, so I'm not able to go, like I got to make sure I stay behind the beat.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think it's something I don't think it's something they think about. It's just there through their influences, isn't it? They play to that kind of music, those kind of players, and it just comes out through their playing.
Yeah, and I mean, I find that amazing. I mean, as a guitar player, we don't generally, you're always on. You're usually on point, but I mean, you can get away from a solo, but it's usually within that where you have to stay, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize how important a drummer's job is to create that feel, right? And the bass player, along with the drummer. Yeah,
they're the starting point, aren't they? They're from the ground up, right? So the drummer just lays everything down. If they're a bit too slow, the whole song just drags.
Exactly.
And suffers.
Yeah.
I've played with drummers like that. Or if they're too fast, the whole song's lost. Like the meaning of the song's gone, the whole feel.
Yep.
So you need a drummer who's got it in him, in his heart. You can hear it before he counts it in.
Yeah, and not every guy's like that.
Not at all.
I mean, these drummers, those good drummers.
Yeah. You
hang on to those guys.
Yes.
Because because there's a lot of respect there from the other musicians that get to play with.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's got to a point, actually. I've been playing with quite a few drummers in my time off and that, and do a few sessions in that, but there's a few people that really suffer if they don't have a click in their ear. Do you know what I mean? They're just used to that studio mentality or playing to backing tracks live and all that stuff. And they're a bit lost when it comes to just delivering a song. So it is quite a rare thing now, I think, to find people who just have it.
It was absolutely. I mean, for me as a guitar player, I play off the drummer. I always do.
Yeah.
Because, there's cues for me and, like you want to be dead on with the drummer on certain things, right? So I'm always listening to the drummer. I hate to say it, but I don't think I follow the bass player as much as I do.
Yeah, it's all right. We're just making up the numbers. We're just filling out the stage space. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I do play bass too, so I totally get it.
Right,
I do play bass, so on occasion I get the odd gig as a bass player. Someone posted a picture of me playing bass at a gig a few weeks ago, and it was a drummer buddy of mine. He said, that just doesn't look right to me with the bass as opposed to a guitar. So
yeah, it's a very different approach, isn't it?
It
The old
is.
bass.
It is, but it makes you better. Like for me as a musician, it makes me better to have to understand when I have to play the bass as opposed to playing the guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different sensibility altogether. You kind of like sandwich between drums and guitar, actually. Yeah, I kind of obviously lock in with the drums and stuff, but kind of, play off the guitar, if I'm honest. A lot
Really,
as well, yeah. Like in between the guitar passages and stuff, do little bits and that, but I love it.
Which is funny because I was going to ask you about one of the songs.
Yeah.
Where you're actually playing the bass part and the guitar are going together.
Okay.
And Eat You Alive. To me, that's what it sounded like. That main riff before he goes into before you go into the vocal.
That's right.
You and him are playing along together.
Yeah, it's a unison.
I believe
Unison thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that sounds amazing.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, that's I'm well into Extreme bands like Extreme and Mr. Big, and like David Lee Roth kind of solo era and Van Halen, obviously. But, so I'm well into and Steve Vai as well and all that kind of stuff. So I've kind of grown up playing along to all that stuff, and I love a bit of that. Like Cupid's Dead, like the Extreme song.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the first kind of tunes. Well, actually, I started playing when I was 14. I was a bit older. Got in a band when I just turned 15, and we used to play like Cupid's Dead and Aeroplane by Chili Peppers and all that stuff. But I remember learning Cupid's Dead and getting it down, and that was a great day. that was the only song I played for like God knows how long. But
go ahead, sorry.
But I think learning all that stuff, the unison stuff, it's really powerful. You got 2 octaves of the same riff going on.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Oh, brilliant! Thanks.
It's a really nice build up going into the vocal.
Yes.
It really adds that like that really nice touch. Is like, oh, this sounds it sounds cool.
Wicked.
It's funny you were mentioning Extreme. I got to see Extreme back in October.
Oh, mate, how was it?
Oh my God. It's the second time I've seen them.
Yeah.
But I saw them at M3 5 years prior to that.
Oh, yeah.
This time was a full show.
Wow.
And they were, Nuno was unbelievable. And of course, the vocal, like everything, I think I compare every show now that I go to see to Extreme.
Wow.
And but then the week after that, I went to Detroit and saw Richie Kotzen.
Oh, yeah.
So in that week span, and Living Color opened for Extreme, so like I got to see those 3 bands in a week.
That's so cool.
And just and just the musicianship and But now when I go to a concert, I'm finding myself I'm disappointed because I see other bands and I'm like, they just don't sound as good as what Extreme is. Yeah,
those guys, from the 80s, they had the 60s and 70s, didn't they, to pull from. And, and they've been doing it this long now, and they're just still on fire, Extreme. I mean, I'm a massive Nuno fan. Actually, Andrew is a massive Nuno fan as well. And my first band I was in, the singer, guitarist singer Tommy, he was massively into all things Nuno. So I got into Extreme through him mainly. And then he also had Mourning Widows. Do you remember that band?
No.
Well, Nuno did the Mourning Widows after Extreme.
After Extreme, I don't remember that.
Oh, mate, check it out, man, because that's another level of unison riffing. And I think it's his cousin on bass.
I remember his solo album.
Sorry?
What? I remember his solo album.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, it's Schizophonic. I was blasting that the other day in the car, actually.
I haven't listened to that in years.
Oh, mate, it's phenomenal. 2 weeks in Disneyland and Swollen Princess and Gravity and that. Yeah, that is an amazing album. That's an album that's very different, actually, for its time, I think.
Yeah.
It's very schizophrenic, isn't it? It's very all over the place, like, style-wise.
Yeah. It's, you know what, and it's funny, I was just reading, speaking of that, I was just reading a thing, or no, I was on YouTube watching a thing about this lost Van Halen album with Gary Sharon.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking, they were talking about that and how great some of the material was, and hopefully one day we'll get to hear it. But when he got let go by the band, he more or less had said, he goes, he always felt like Extreme wasn't done,
right,
and they still had more work to do.
Okay,
and that's where his heart would always be.
Yeah,
which after listening to that last Extreme album, it was, I mean,
great, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it was so versatile too. So many different styles on it, but it all cohesively went together, and it's an amazing album.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've got it on vinyl actually and CD. It's I was so chuffed when they brought it out. And I watched an interview with Nuno recently, and he said that the next album's written. So cool. I think they're gonna and he was saying the same. He said he just finished working on a really proggy track, like very King Crimson-esque, because that's where it took him, you know. He's been listening to loads of that, and I love his passion, I love his authenticity as well. He's very much himself, isn't he? He does his own thing with his music, and it works, you know. It's really inspiring.
He seems very humble too. Like, you listen to him, you know what I mean? Like, he just loves to play guitar, and he made little jokes during the show about, you know, like, I can always tell who the guitar players are in the audience because they're always the guys with their arms folded.
That's it. Just
going saying, "Hey, I know I can do that."
Just staring,
which was really comical, and he was really engaging to the audience. And it was funny. I didn't know this about him, that he's in the Kicks, the band Kicks, the movie. That growing up, he was like this massive Kicks fan.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like, I was like, I would have never got that from him, because those guys they're great players, but they're not like Nuno, you know what I mean? Like, we all know Nuno's a big Van Halen fan, and
Brian May and that.
The guys, the guitar players, but he was a big Kicks fan, which I thought was just kind of floored me. Yeah.
I mean, you can be inspired by anything, really, can't you? I know he's a great drummer as well, isn't he? Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, apparently he's a great drummer. I think he recorded a lot of the drums on his solo album as well.
I think he did. Yeah, you're right.
Because a lot of them came from demos that he was doing on the road when he was on the road with Extreme. He'd hire like a studio apparently and go in and do a song and then play a gig or whatever, you know.
That's right.
So phenomenal artist and songwriter, you know. What was the other album? Drama Gods. Have you heard of Drama Gods?
No.
Oh, mate.
I don't know how I missed all this stuff, which is surprising.
Write it down. Mourning Widows, Mour. Ning.
Okay, hold on. Like Mourning and Mourning?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Mourning Widows. They did 2 albums.
Okay.
They're both brilliant.
Who else? Oh, Mourning Widows. Okay. And what was the other one, Colin?
Drama Gods.
Drama Gods.
Yeah.
Drama Gods. Okay.
And that's a phenomenal album as well. That's actually got Kev.
I'll check that.
The drummer from Extreme did Drama Gods with him.
Okay.
As well.
That's cool.
And I think that might be what was the last album before 6 called? Sordadas de Rock?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? I don't know.
Yeah, Sciatus to Rock. Yeah,
okay.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a brilliant album as well. But it was all around that.
That one's very different. That one's a little different compared, like, there's some really different stuff on that one. But it's cool.
Yeah. Like King of the Ladies. I love that tune.
I'm going to have to go back. It's been, you know what? I will honestly admit that I've never listened to the whole album. I've listened to...
Okay, right.
Sciatus to Rock. Because I had it on I included it on a bunch of playlists, so I would have it on random, and then I'd hear the odd song.
Okay.
And as for song titles, when you put stuff on random, you never remember what they're called, right? Which I shouldn't do.
Yeah. I never do random. I absorb everything.
Well, good for. I mean, that's amazing. It's a lot of it's while I'm driving, right?
Yes.
Not at home. Usually, I have a vinyl on when I'm at home. So when I got the new Extreme album, I got the vinyl, so I was listening to it track by track. So
Yeah,
that's
man.
where streaming has ruined me.
The what? Sorry.
Streaming has ruined me in that way because I don't remember names of tracks.
Yeah. Yes. Very true. That's true.
My bad.
Actually, what was the song? Was it Rebel? Is it?
Yeah, Rebel.
That actually kick-started the song "Eat Me Alive" that you're on about, the unison.
Really?
Just the essence of
Cool.
it. It doesn't sound anything like it, but it's just something about it. It's just just the attitude behind it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I wish they would release Waiting for the Punchline on vinyl.
Oh, mate, that is a flipping amazing album. Punchline.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear, I don't listen to it for ages. Then I'll listen to it, and I just can't get enough of it. Very dry, very
dry. It was very dry.
Zeppelin-esque, wasn't it? But
it was it's a cool album. I remember them coming to Toronto on that tour,
right.
and this was, you know what? And it was so disappointing because Extreme was playing at a club.
Yeah,
like it was a club called RPM. It's no longer there.
Right,
and it was right down by the lake, like on the waterfront in Toronto. And I was probably 20, 21 years old. So I'm like, I was working this job where I drove around the city and I had some off time. And I'm like, me being like such this fan, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to RPM.
Right.
And I'm going to wait. I'm just going to park my vehicle and I'm going to wait to see if Extreme comes off the bus. I was just being this young super fan, right?
Oh, wow.
But they didn't, unfortunately.
Oh, bless you, mate.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Would you have spoken to him if you saw him? Would you be all right with that?
I think so. Now I would. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would have no problem with it. But maybe back then, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done if they actually...
I get total, was it Star Shock or whatever it's called? I kind of freeze a bit. We went on tour with the Winery Dogs. When was this? 2017. And
okay.
Yeah, like Billy Sheehan was there. I couldn't talk to him for the first week. Yeah, because I'm like, because I had his posters on my wall and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Growing up and, you know, trying to be him. And then he's there and it's like, you can't believe he's there and that you're on the road with him. It's unbelievable. Obviously, I got my shit together for the last few shows, but I couldn't do it. I spoke to Richie, lovely bloke, Mike Portnoy, such a nice, accommodating guy. And Billy Sheehan is obviously a lovely, humble person as well, but I just, totally starstruck, man.
Really?
So I think
That's amazing.
If I met Nuno, I'd be exactly the same, I think.
I don't know how I would be. I mean, I'd want to say, like, shake his hand, and I don't know what I would say, honestly. I mean, he's one of those, it's Nuno Bettencourt, right? It's the same, I don't know what I'd say. Even if I met Kotzen. My wife has met Richie Kotzen.
Right.
And she's the funny thing is she is a big Richie Kotzen fan.
Yeah.
She actually flew to LA twice to see Richie Kotzen.
Okay, right. Wow.
So we went to this Great White show and Vixen was opening.
Oh, wicked.
And we're sitting there and she goes, "That's Kotzen's wife on bass." I was like, "What?"
Oh, is it? Okay.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, "No way." I was like, "How did you know that?" And I didn't.
Yeah.
Because she goes, "Well, I see her on Instagram, right? Like on his feed or whatever." And she's on there. She makes fun of him a lot, apparently. Like jokes around about him and stuff. That he plays guitar all the time. It's all he does. So.
Yeah, but you can hear it, right?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, man, he was... I mean, to see Nuno and then Kotzen, like, in a week...
That's amazing.
Like, it was just like, holy cow. But it wasn't like one of those things where I came home and I was like, I don't want to play guitar anymore. It made me want to play guitar even more.
Amazing, yeah.
Because you go and you pick up, you're like, oh, that's... You know what? I'm going to try that. Or I want to... I don't play like... I'm not going to play like Nuno because I don't play like Nuno.
No, but it's just inspiring, isn't it? You know, to see.
Exactly. You take bits and pieces from that and you put that into your, and it makes you want to improve and maybe your picking or how you're fingering or whatever,
yes.
Because he's very good at the palm mute and playing the note, every single note kind of thing, which
I love
about his playing. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
So,
but yeah, Richie Kotzen is amazing. I've seen the Winery Dogs as well quite a few times at KK's actually in Wolves, and I'm always blown away. Like they're like a jam band playing songs. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they play it the same way twice. You know,
they're amazing.
Yeah,
though. Like what Billy Sheehan, Richie Kotzen, and Mike Portnoy.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this when John Sykes had passed away, that he was initially going to be the guy.
That's right.
Before
Yeah,
Richie Kotzen.
That's right. And it was Eddie Kramer, wasn't it, that suggested Richie?
Eddie Kramer, the producer?
Well, no. What am I on about? Flipping Eddie Trunk. So I was watching Eddie Kramer stuff the other day. Eddie Trunk suggested Richie Kotzen. Yeah.
I can't. Apparently, there's some demos with Sykes. That's what I was reading. And I would love to hear. I mean, that combination. I can't imagine what that would have been like.
Would have been very, very different, I think.
It would. Very different.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have had that same, because Winery Dogs still has that Kotzen type of vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit heavier than what he does solo, but I just, like, the unfortunate thing is that John Sykes passed away and that we will get no more music from him. And he hadn't done the last stuff he did was so good. Yeah. I don't know if you heard it. It was so good.
No, I didn't. No, I don't. To be honest, I only know the Whitesnake stuff, which is a terrible thing to say. But yeah, I know he's done a lot of amazing stuff that I've yet to check out. I need to get on that actually.
Okay. Oh man, there's just something about his playing as well. Just the way, the guitar sound for one. Funny story about that. A buddy of mine that comes to watch me play on occasion, he actually got a phone call. He worked at Steve's Music in Toronto, and he modded amps. He worked on amps, and he got a phone call to John was having a problem with his amp. He was down at the studio in Toronto.
Right.
And he needed help with his Marshall, and I guess that's the Marshall that ended up on the Whitesnake 87.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, he was a little bit annoyed because he was, trying to record and it wasn't working. And I was like, okay, that's amazing.
Did he mod it or just fix it?
I think he just fixed it.
Okay.
I think there was I don't think he modded it, but I'll have to ask him again. But it was pretty cool story. He's just like, out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, I worked on John Sykes' amp once. I was like,
casual.
Are you kidding? Yeah. Are you kidding me right now?
Wow. How long have you known him?
The guy I'm referring to? Only a few years.
Oh, okay.
But he comes out, like when I do acoustic gigs or whatever around town, he'll come out. He's a musician himself and very interesting guy, but like really knows his he works at Yorkville, which is they own Long McQuaid shops here in Canada, and they do amps and stuff. So he works there now, but he's a cool guy. He's got a lot of cool stories.
Oh, mate, amazing. So whereabouts are you based again in Canada?
I am outside of Toronto, so I am.
Is that east?
It would be east.
East
We're kind of like, there's like Toronto. And then if you go east, there's like the East Coast. There's Quebec, Montreal.
Yeah.
Is about 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, okay. I used to go.
And then And then there's like Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, which is the East Coast.
Oh wow, man! Yeah, I've been
to. And then the West is BC.
Yeah, I went to Calgary. Went to Calgary a few times, which is an amazing place, and Banff, I think it is as well.
Yeah, I played there a couple times.
Yeah.
Banff is amazing.
Yeah, it's a stunning place. It's like a postcard, isn't it? It's just unbelievable. And the Rockies.
Unreal.
Yeah, that was. I nearly moved to Calgary, actually. I was with a lady over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, didn't work. And then, met my son's mum. And there you go. But, yeah, no, I like Canada. It's a nice, it's like a Scandinavian kind of America. Like, everyone's very chilled.
Yeah, it is.
In my experience, anyway.
It's changed a lot here. I mean, the dynamic is a little bit different. It's very, very expensive now, but
Right.
probably not in comparison to what expensive it is in Britain. So
Okay.
things have gone up
Yes.
very rapidly after COVID, and I'm sure you guys in Britain it's
food
been
and
the
stuff
same
like
thing.
that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a whole world issue, not
Yeah.
just a Canadian issue. I did want to ask you about Testify, which I believe is the first single. We didn't get off track. We were rock talking, so
yeah. Sorry about that. I kind of digress.
No,
all the
that's
time.
cool. That's I love those conversations. So, so what I have to ask you about Testify is abundantly clear that your bass sound is very predominant right away.
Yeah.
So I think about you as a player and what approach you're going for in terms of your sound. It's a thundering sound.
Thanks,
do
man.
you use a lot of pedals? Do you use what is your configuration?
For this album, it's changed for each album actually. Actually, for this album, I used the bass that I used on the first album, the G&L SB1.
Cool.
I love G&L basses, and I got into them through a bass player called Cass Lewis, who's in Skunk Anansie. Have you heard of Skunk? Do you know Skunk Anansie?
No.
Oh, mate, they started out as like an alt rock band back in the mid 90s, I think, or maybe early 90s, and they kind of reached a peak and kind of went on hiatus as well, and then regrouped, I think 2010, 2011. And they're going now. But yeah, anyway, the bass player is phenomenal and a big influence on me, actually. He's called Cass Lewis, and he used to play the G&L ASAT basses. He used to have like sparkly ones of that. And then I got a 5-string G&L, which I had for years, actually, an L2500. And then when I moved to Denmark, I had a Music Man Sterling bass, and this guy had the bass I have. And we just did a straight swap,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, just have it, because I want the Sterling's more based on a jazz bass, which is like a slimmer profile, basically. And I love it. I worked at KFC for like God knows how long to save up to buy that bass, and but it wasn't working. And I played this guy's bass, and it fit straight away. Do you know what I mean? Same with guitars. You can play any model, but when you get that one, you're like, oh, yeah, this feels great. So I said, mate, let's just do a straight swap. So he was happy, I was happy. And, that's the bass. I took the pickup out, and I've put a few pickups in over the years, actually. But I've got DiMarzio in there now, which is very, very prominent in the mid-range. So it's very cutting. Just the clean sound is very gnarly on its own. But I put it through, actually, the original EBS Billy Sheehan Overdrive, the purple one. He's got a few, but the purple one is the one. So I whack it through there and just into my Ashdown amp, which I've had for nearly 20 years, and into an Eden bass cab that they don't make anymore. They only made it for a couple years, but it's basically like based on an Ampeg. It's got eminent speakers and it just sounds phenomenal. So just did that, and straight into the computer as it is nowadays, and that was it, really. It was just that bass, and I also used a fretless bass that a luthier here called Pete Lewis from Lewis Guitars made, which is phenomenal. I used that on a track called Silent, and the last track as well.
Do you play much fretless?
I haven't done for a while, actually. I used to play a lot. I used to have a very nice Pedula or Pedula, however you say it, Pentabuzz. It was like a fretless 5-string, it was like 5A grade maple on the, and really nice ebony kind of fretboard. But I had to sell it for rent money in London. Mate, I had a 72p bass as well that I had to sell for rent money. That was a sad day. But yeah, this stuff happens, and Pete was very kind to us, to myself and Ade, actually, and made us guitars at a very, very good price for us at the time. So, and he's phenomenal. You should check his guitars out. It's Lewis Guitars. But loads of people play his stuff. Like this band here called Reef. They're playing his guitars, and actually Andrew he's got a few Lewis guitars now. So yeah, he's amazing. So yeah, that was my rig basically. P bass.
Wow.
P bass into an overdrive into an Ashdown. But the thing is, for that tone, you got to be careful. You got to boost the mids, but be careful which mid you're boosting, because you don't want to get in the way of the guitars. So I kind of back off the treble a bit, and I boost the kind of high mids. And that gives
so it cuts.
Yeah, so it cuts, but not too much. I don't do it as much as maybe Billy Sheehan does, but just enough. I don't have much distortion on it either, actually. The drive is quite low, but it's just enough just to cut through the guitars and drums.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that type of thing, like that type of tone. Like that track on Testify, as I mentioned, which is, I mean, it's an amazing song.
Thank you.
But to hear that bass right at the beginning was so cool.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It was a nice touch. It really added to I think the great thing about it is right off the bat, as being the lead off track, hearing that.
Yeah.
You're just like, it catches your attention.
Yeah.
You're immediately into it.
Yeah, I guess there's not a lot of bass intros anymore.
No.
Which is really a good point. But yeah, no, with that, we had the doors open and captured the room mics as well, so it was like quite an epic kind of sound. But yeah, no, it's just the way I did the demo. I think the single that went to radio doesn't have the organ underneath it, but I kind of wanted to throw it back to Until I Die, which is basically like a High West Star kind of build up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a throwback to that approach, really. But yeah, no, I love it. It's going to be good live playing that tune.
Yeah. Well, hopefully one day I will get to see you guys live.
Yeah, mate, I'd love to do that.
That would be amazing. Oh, it would be so awesome. Even a festival or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Frontiers there is a Frontiers festival over in Europe, I believe, right?
Yeah, Milan.
Yeah, I think because when I spoke with Robin McCauley, he was mentioning that I think he was going to be playing that festival.
Okay.
Be nice if they did one over here as well.
They should do, because they
take on that.
I think they've expanded a bit, haven't they? I'm not too up on what's going on.
There's a U.S. label, like you can, like here, I can now buy product from the U.S. website.
Yes.
So
okay,
it is based here. So, like it would be nice to, like, some of the bands that they do one-offs of, like, like Black Swan having Black Swan at the Frontiers Festival and the End Machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then some of the bands like yourselves and maybe Crazy Licks to come over to.
Oh yeah.
For the, you know what I mean? For the North America, the fans like myself that. I buy a ton of Frontiers product. You know what I mean? Like, I am always interested.
We do get quite a few fans from the States asking us to come over. We met quite a few on the Monsters of Rock cruise that we did years ago as well. That was brilliant, that was. But yeah, I'd love to get over that. It's just the usual, financial aspect, but yeah, we'd of course love to get out and about.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So before I let you go, is there anything else you want to add?
I just want to thank people for their interest still, after all these years, and kind of just get on board and give it a good listen. If you're expecting, I don't know, like just a classic rock record, it's not going to do that for you. But it's more of like you say, it's the next sound of Inglorious, I guess. It's the way things go, isn't it? When you move on and you improve. But I just hope people listen to it with an open mind, and I hope it resonates with people.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I think fans of Inglorious will love this, but I think there's also, it could reach a new fan base.
Yeah, there's that aspect as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. We're realistic. We know it's been a while, but we're also very positive about it. It's almost like a fresh start again. Almost kind of like relaunching it in a way with fresh kind of era. So we'll see what happens. But I'm so grateful for people like yourself still interested in it, and passionate about what we're doing, and it really means a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait for June 6th. I can't wait. Hopefully it won't be late. A few of the Frontiers releases have taken a little bit longer than the dates actually say.
Oh, right. So. Well, no, I hope not.
Yeah. I mean, what did I get? I got the new Giant album the other day from Frontiers, and it was on time. So
okay.
So it was, but Harem Scarum, I think, was a couple days later, and I think Gotthard and Heat, which aren't Frontiers releases, but they've all got new albums out as well. So there's a lot of the bands, the European bands that I love, are putting out new material this year, which is great.
Oh, amazing!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently, Black Swan has another album coming soon too. So
okay. Don't Zeppelin have something in the works as well?
Zeppelin?
Yeah. Did I see something about they're working on getting together some unreleased material?
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully that comes to fruition.
Yeah, I hope. Well, there's talks about it. Yeah. Whether it does happen or not, we'll see. But that would be amazing. Just get some awesome rock from them. That would be brilliant. But yeah, rock is still very much alive, isn't it? It's not pushed in the mainstream as much, but
I wish it was.
Yeah, but it's cyclical, isn't it? It'll come round again, I'm sure, at some point.
I think so too. What's funny, and I did want to mention this to you, is that right now is our NHL hockey playoffs.
Right.
So one of our providers, cell phone, television, Lay It on the Line by Triumph in one of their commercials during the hockey playoffs. Apparently Gilmour had come on last week and said it was something like the number one requested or number one. It went to number one again.
Oh, wow.
In Canada, because they've been playing a Rush song as well on one of the other.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So both Canadian legendary 3-piece bands that all of a sudden I'm loving it, because I'm like, there's so many kids watching, they watch hockey, and they're hearing this music, and hopefully it's going to help a little bit.
Yeah, man. That'd be amazing. One of my son's favorite albums, he loves Ghost, Bon Jovi, he loves Michael Jackson, loads of funk stuff, but one of his absolute favorite is The Cult, Sonic Temple.
I love that.
Mate, I absolutely love that album. It's flipping phenomenal. But I bought him the vinyl. They did like a green vinyl recently. So that's his first vinyl.
I haven't seen that. I have the original.
You do? Yeah.
Pressing. I do. But I haven't seen that green one yet. I'm always curious about those, because I'm like, well, I already have it, but when they do it on colored vinyl, that's why I have 1,000 albums.
Yeah, and it has an acoustic version of Edie as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and stuff is or Ciao Baby or whatever. It's, it's very cool that he's into that. So there's hope yet,
My son was for a bit when he was younger, and then he kind of now he's not into it. I'm hoping that he's gonna, but he loves Motley Crue, and I think it's because of the Dirt movie on Netflix.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only rock band he really likes.
Well, that's a good band to like.
Well, yeah, I asked him a couple of weeks ago, I said, why Motley Crue? He goes, they're just better than all the other bands from that era. He goes, they're just cooler, or they just have that sound that appeals to me.
Yeah, like a bit of a rougher edge, I guess.
I was like, well, a lot of people wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, yeah. My favourite album's the John Corabi one. Saying that, to be honest,
I agree with you.
Yeah,
have you heard when Corabi went? There was a live album he did of that album in its entirety.
No.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, wow.
It was limited. It's like I have it on vinyl. He also does 10,000 Miles, which was not on the album, which they left off the album.
Okay.
He does that He does that live as well, and it's incredible. It's just him and his band doing the whole album in its entirety live.
Oh, mate, I'd love to hear that. I'll try and get hold of that.
Yeah, see if you can. I think it's quite pricey now.
Yeah.
I think Rat Pack Records did it.
Was it around that time that he did it? Or like when he left, or?
No, it was probably 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think his son plays drums on it.
Oh, brilliant. Cool.
Yeah, which is cool. But he sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I saw him 2 years ago. He would come up to Toronto and just do an acoustic show.
Yeah, he does a lot of acoustic stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen him a few times, and he's always amazing, and he's always funny. He's always got great stories.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of those guys that should have been a total rock star that didn't, because he was just, maybe was too good.
Yeah, well, there's that as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I do. I agree with you. That is, to me, that's the best Motley Crue album. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just, I just love the weight of it and the balls, you know. Like power to the music. What was it? Hooligans Holiday, Uncle Jack. Oh, mate.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, mate. I'm going to have to listen to that now.
I love Poison Apples. I love the feel of that groove, right? It's got a great feel to it.
Yeah. Oh,
and then Hooligans Holiday. I remember when that came out and hearing it for the first time, because we were anticipating, and I had bought the Scream, and I really loved the Scream album that Corabi did, and then hearing Hooligans Holiday for the first time and being like, wow, I honestly thought it was going to be huge. I thought, like, this is Motley Crue. This is the best thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of fans just didn't get it.
No, it's such a shame, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, but it's kind of become a cult thing now, though. They kind of appreciate it. But it's like the Poison album with Richie Kotzen. That's one of my favorite Poison albums as well. I think they evolved and became a different band with him in the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just became better, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, very true.
I mean, sometimes guys like us appreciate that stuff more than just
Actually,
I think as musicians.
A similar band to that, kind of in that vein, is to the Motley Crue album, is King's X.
Right.
They're one of the bands that, you know, the Dogman album and Ogre Tones as well is like a favourite of mine. Like, they've just written such good music, and it's not really, you know, smashed through.
Yeah, it's not a
reason.
mainstream. Yeah, and it's weird. Sometimes you hear those bands that you really love that back then, especially, that you're like, I don't understand why this didn't.
Yeah.
But I do kind of get it, because, you know, sometimes there was bands that would come out and they'd say this is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
And it would flop.
Yeah.
You know, people didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a weird thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know, you know. I wasn't that conscious of music around that time. It's music that I've heard since that time. So maybe around that time it was like oversaturated with similar bands, and only
it was
certain,
that was a lot
certain
of
ones
problem,
pop through,
right?
you know. But no, there's a lot of great music out there.
Oh man, there's not enough time to listen to all the great music that's out there.
No, actually, a band I got back into recently is a band called Live. Do you remember them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're a bit more, you know, melodic, obviously melodic rock, but
they are, but they were cool.
Yeah, I saw a kind of documentary on YouTube about them, and I had their Throwing Copper album, and is it Secret Samadhi as well? Is that what you said?
Secret Samadhi was Lakini's Juice.
That's it. Yeah, Rattlesnake and all that.
Great song.
Yeah, brilliant. And then I got into something else and didn't really get into their other albums, but that's another band I've got to revisit, I think, soon. But they were brilliant.
Cool.
They were a brilliant band.
They were a great band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Throwing Copper album was, it had 4 singles. It did it did.
It was huge, wasn't it?
Really. Yeah, it was huge. It did really well.
Yeah.
So, we could go on and talk about bands forever.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no. That's okay. It's all good. I enjoy talking about it, and hopefully the listeners, the people listening do as well, because...
Yeah, sorry if we've been going off on one.
Pardon me?
I said sorry if I've been going off on one,
No, it's been great, Colin.
Yeah.
But I probably should let you go, and so that you can enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Thanks so much for catching up and
mate, it's
coming
been a pleasure.
on.
Absolute pleasure. It's been too long, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it has, and I will try and keep in touch a little bit more. So
yeah, likewise.
And I will. I'll be watching what the bands do to see what you guys are up to, and
yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it.
No problem. And hopefully, we can talk again if you're up for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, whenever.
I'm always up for that. Okay.
Whenever, mate.
Well, okay, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much. You enjoy yours.
Okay, man. Thanks. Take care.
All right, mate. You look after yourself.
Okay. You too.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.